I'm becoming an old man. This young man is taking my measurement because I want to order some clothes.
This guy is currently taking my measurement in a moving train to sew a cloth for me.
On the train. So this is how it works.
I swear you are parasites. Then the train works.
While this other guy is currently selling drugs to people also in the same moving train. Here are my 5 culture shock I experienced when I toured the southern part of Nigeria. Number 1. Selling occurs everywhere. People from the southern part of Nigeria are generally known for commerce. Hence, you find everyone selling something to make a living. But the shocker for me was finding people selling food, drugs, and even taking measurement for business transactions on a moving train. This is something you will definitely not find in the northern part of Nigeria.
The train is not very comfortable, man. You still have to do your business. So that's the hustle, man.
Then the train works. Like catfish.
Where do you want to give me money?
Bro, say collect money, no give us the thing.
Despite the unfavorable and harsh condition the people in this region faces, they are very resilient and serious with their business. Number 2, breastfeeding in a public space. Despite the unfavorable condition that we are in this public bus, this overcaring mother still went the extra mile to feed her baby in a moving public bus. And this seems to be a usual occurrence in this part of the country. This probably is the last thing you ever see in the northern part of Nigeria. Even if a baby is screaming his lungs out, that will never happen. Number 3, the most difficult place to shoot YouTube video. Shooting YouTube videos in certain parts of Nigeria is more difficult than shooting in the north. If you take a drone up in a place like Lagos, Nigeria, in the southwest, someone is going to come over to you to demand for payment. The same if you do in Port Harcourt or in Akwa Ibom in the south-south. The crazy part for me is that even when you are trying to promote a place, the people in that area are still going to ask and demand for money. But what even shocked me is when I was filming in some part of the south, and I was trying to promote someone's business on YouTube. The fellow went ahead to ask me how much I was going to pay him to film his business, which was really shocking to me after all my explanation and letting him know that this is to promote his business. Preaching and prayer in the bus. This was not a shock to me actually, because as someone who grew up in the south, I saw a lot of this myself.
Currently at OP Junction, heading down to Bola 4. Alright?
However, my shock was to find people observing the Catholic prayer inside of a bus. This is not a popular thing in the southern part of Nigeria, but when I traveled towards Obelafo in Enugu State, I was surprised to find that people observe Catholic prayers in a moving public bus. While this is surprising to me, it is still much better for me because it still saves my time because the people pray while the bus move. Unlike in the north, where the bus will completely have to park for people to actually come down and pray. As someone who has been privileged to travel across Nigeria, one of the big differences I can see is that in the northern part of Nigeria, there are less road blocks. However, in the southern part of Nigeria, you find lots of police roadblocks. This also is not a surprise to me because I grew up in the south and I've seen a lot of this. However, what was shocking to me was to actually see a police officer humiliating and beating a citizen just for no reason. And when I inquired, I was told that this actually has become a normal occurrence in the southern part of the country. Well, unfortunately for me, I don't really live in the southern part of the country, so I don't really know the situation I've gotten this bad and this worse to see a police officers that are supposed to keep the law actually beating up and humiliating citizens. So this was a shock to me, and I just hope that the authorities take appropriate action so that this kind of ugly incident does not continue to happen in the South. If you'd like to see some of the shockers that I got when I traveled through the northern part of Nigeria, do check out this video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys on the very next episode.